All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to you brothers and sisters out there. I'm your brother Zion coming back at you with another lesson. And today's lesson, I'm gonna go away from Matthew for just a quick minute. And I wanted to get into 2nd Ezra 15. All right, and this is a good chapter to read, concerning like prophecy and stuff like that. So this is verse 1. Behold, speak though in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. All right, so we're supposed to prophesy to the people, let the people know what's going on in the earth, this, that, and third, and warn, the people of what's coming to the planet Earth, because what's coming to the planet Earth is not good. All right, so let's get the precepts. This is Exodus 4:12. Now therefore go, and I will be thy mouth and teach thee what thou shalt say. That's a precept. And then you got Matthew 10:20. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. Yeah, so that's in red letter. So that's talking about Yahushua. All right. And then you got Exodus 4:10. And Moses said unto the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue. So he's basically saying that he doesn't talk that well. Let me go into the Blue Letter Bible, but he's basically saying he doesn't talk that well. You know what I'm saying? I know this. Let me new NLT it real quick, because I could break it down the way it already was, but I just get to the point. 4:12. Let me see. So what verse was that I just read? That was 10. All right, I'm gonna go up to 10. All right, because I already read it in the KJV, but let's read it in the NLT. But Moses pleaded with the Lord, O Lord, I am not very good with words. I never have been, and I'm not now. Even though you speak to me, I get tongue-tied and my words get tongue-tangled. Yeah, so he's basically saying he's not good with words. That's basically what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? And then, and the Lord said unto him, whom hath made man's mouth, or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I the Lord? So that's the question mark. You know what I'm saying? So let's read it again in the NLT. Then the Lord asked Moses, who makes a person's mouth? Who decides whether people speak or do not speak? Hear or do not hear? See or do not see? Is it not I, the Lord? So, yeah, so obviously the Lord's control of all that. You know what I'm saying? And then, I read the other verses earlier, 4-12. You know what I'm saying? But, all right, let's continue. Let me go back to 2nd Ezra. All right, so this is verse 2. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And the incredulity, that's talking about their belief. All right. And here's a precept. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? Yeah, so just because they don't believe don't mean it's not true. Just because these folks don't believe it don't mean it doesn't make it not true. This faith not true and whatever. They just cooked. That's all. This is 2nd Thessalonians 10-12. And with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. All right. This is verse 11. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they shall believe a lie. So most of these people on the planet Earth are in strong delusion. They believe a lie. And you got us, the prophets, making videos on the highways and hedges every week, warning them that, this is not the way. The way this world operates is not the way. You know what I'm saying? Verse 12. Oh, well, here, hold on. Let me get Job 12 and 16 real quick. This is Precept City. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceive and the deceiver are his. Con. So the Lord controls you being deceived, man. You know? Verse 12. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. So these people that don't believe, they ultimately believe in unrighteousness, man. Man with man, woman with woman, man with child, woman with child, and I mean by child, I mean somebody that's not grown, you know what I'm saying? All right, this is Romans, oh snap, hold on. Let me back at it, hold on, there we go. Verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, which is like a killing instrument, famine, death, and destruction. So this is coming, you know what I'm saying? For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Verse 7, thus therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's us, man. Because we complain all the day long about what's going on. Or look, man with man, woman with woman, niggas smoking weed, Keisha, Ray Ray and Pookie, all these weird ass jakes out here in the world dyeing their hair different colors. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's total madness out here, And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Because the Lord Yahweh destroyed Egypt as it was before. You know what I'm saying? The Lord Yahweh did. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord, he can do it again. You know what I'm saying? Because this is Egypt 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is Egypt 2.0. And the Lord, he gonna destroy this place again. As you can see, he got all the destruction scriptures right there. All right, this is verse 12. Either shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with plagues and punishment that God shall bring upon it. That they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful constellation. 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and with swords in their hand. And the sword is a killing instrument, any instrument that can destroy. You know what I'm saying? This is verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So pretty soon, that's what's coming upon the earth is travel restrictions. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to go here. You're not gonna be able to go there. FEMA's gonna put up that they ain't going on travel things where you can't, just enter another state like that. And like, for example, I'm here in Maryland. I can't. Well, it's gonna come a time where I ain't gonna be able to go to Delaware, Philly, etc. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And cities are gonna be trouble. For example, Gary, Indiana is a prime example. All right, the houses shall be destroyed. People ain't gonna have nowhere to be, and men's gonna be afraid. Man, they're gonna be out here, all bugged out, crazy, scared. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Yeah, because it's going to be a famine, man. Not in this famine, it's talking about a food famine, not a famine of the word, but, that's actually coming to itself. You know what I'm saying? This is verse 20, behold, saith God, I will call together all kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, in Lebanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. 21, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also in recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Lord God. Verse 22, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. Alright, this is verse 23. The fire has gone forth from his wrath and have consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like their straw that is kindled. Verse 24, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. Yeah, so, if you just out here just doing madness, committing adultery, sleeping with other niggas' wives and stuff, and, all this other crazy stuff, willfully, and just not even that, that's just doing it, then you doing it, and not knowing it. You're in danger of judgment, man. You're in danger of judgment. Verse 25, I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power to defile not my sanctuary. Verse 26, for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. Verse 27, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them, for God shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. Verse 28, okay, this is where it gets real deep. All right, behold, a horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east. And from the east is talking about the Middle East, I remember a while back I had a dream about the Middle East, about how they were shooting like these little cannon guns across the way or whatever, Verse 29, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and a multitude of them that shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. So with many chariots, the Ishmaelites have a lot of weaponry that they have bought from their respective allies, shall be carried as the wind upon the earth. The Lord is coming to destroy them. All right. Verse 30, also the Carmenians, or however you pronounce that. Damn, that cop just pulled somebody. Man, that was fucked up. He just pulled them out of nowhere. Anyways, and wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. The Carmenians referring to Iran, Assyrians represent America. Verse 31, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves conspiring together in great power to persecute them. Dragons, the Ishmaelites, remembering their nature to be wild, according to Genesis 16:11-12. Because Ishmaelites are a wild people. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction. And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. Yes, Ishmaelites are wild people. They like to blow each other up and shit. They're violent and wild people. Verse 32, then these shall be troubled, bled, and kept silence through their power, and shall flee. Verse 33, and from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemies besiege them, and consume some of them, and in their host shall be feared and dread and strife among their kings. Enemy besiege them. There are a lot of Ishmaelites in America. Yeah, there's a lot of Ishmaelites in America. Arabs on the corner of every store, in the corner of every hood, in the crack of every hood, selling you that fucked up fried ass chicken. You know what I'm saying? all type of stuff. I'm trying to complete this whole thing. I'm gonna try to, if the Spirit allows me. Verse 36. Verse 34. Behold, the clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. They shall smite one another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth. Even their own star and blood shall be from the sword unto the belly, and the dung of men unto the camel's hoe or dough. There's going to be a lot of death. Yeah. Verse 37. And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon the earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. Verse 38. And then shall they come great storms from the south and from the north, and another part from the west. And that's talking about the different militaries, because when these militaries come, they don't come 1, 2, 3. They come like a whole flood, like a storm. You know what I'm saying? Verse 39. And strong winds shall rise from the east, and shall open it, and the clouds which he raised up in wrath, and the stars stirred to cause fear toward the east and west wind shall be destroyed. Verse 40. And the great and mighty cloud shall be puffed up full of wrath in the star, that they may make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein. They shall pour out every high and intimate place and horrible star. Verse 41. Fire and hail and flying swords and many waters, that all fields may be filled, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. Fire and hail and flying swords, missiles, many waters, the different armies. Alright. Verse 42. And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains, hills, trees of wood, grass of the meadows, and their corn. And that's representing how indiscriminate the armies will be. Verse 43. And they shall go steadily fast unto Babylon, and make her afraid. They shall come to her and besiege her, the star all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up into heaven, and all that be about her shall be beware her. And the star represents destruction, by the way. Verse 45. And they that remain under her shall do service unto them that have put her in fear. Verse 46. And though Asia, thou art the partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. Asia, the Asian countries, China, and Japan. So yeah, they have a lot to do with America, Babylon the Great. The hope we buy from them. If you buy something like a toy from them, like for example, I remember when I was younger, I had like wrestling figures, which I still do got, and it said on the bottom of the foot of the toy, it said "Made in China." So All right, this is verse 47. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because those had made thyself unto her, and has decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in their lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee, like it unto her, like it unto America, Those has followed her in that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith God, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat shall arise that is sent over thee. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lover shall not be able to receive thee. What I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, saith the Lord, if those had not always slain my chosen, as all in the strokes of thine hands, saying over their dead, when those was drunken. Set forth the beauty of thy countenance. The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom, therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Verse 56, like as though done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall God do unto thee, shall deliver thee into mischief. And that's talking about the revenge, man. There's plenty of revenge scriptures. The children shall die of hunger, They shall fall through the sword, the city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in thy field. Verse 58, that they be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. Though as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again. And that's talking about 2nd Ezra 15 and 11. You know. Alright. This is 60. And in the passage they shall rush on the idol city, and shall destroy some portion of the land, and consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. And thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble, and they shall be unto thee as fire. Last 2 verses, and shall consume thee in thy cities, in thy land, in thy mountains, all the wood and thy fruitful trees shall be burnt up with fire. In the final verse, the children shall they carry away captive, and look what those has, they shall spoil it and mar the beauty of thy face. So with that being said, hopefully this was a quick, edifying reading on 2nd Ezra 15. I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem, Rakak Kodash, and shalom to the next lesson.